in place would be grandfathered. And all the surface, because potential renaming or motion to rename gazebo park. My initial reaction was, why give this to me? So we did a field trip and we saw one theory that had unconstrained memorial policy, and this is what happened to it. Graveyards all over the place. And then we looked at the markers and we saw, told you I was sick. We'll be back, 1876. He hasn't come back yet. Frankenstein, a man of many parts. Clairvoyant, he never saw it coming. And we defined where Waldo was. Yeah. So I looked at three options. The first one was allow the residents to vote on proposed actions to commemorate individuals or events. In other words, we just go over a ballot whenever there was a motion to name a portion of the HP grounds or erecting a memorial. We just asked the community to see what their opinion was. Second one was the board would vote on a case-by-case basis the approval of any future memorials. And the third one was just prohibit any new memorials of any type, commemorate individuals, groups of individuals, names, or events. The first one, I said, it appeared logical. The issue with it relinquishes some of the board authority to the residents. Residents have authority when they vote on the bylaws and changes to the bylaws. In this case, if we adopted this approach, we'd be relinquishing some of our authority to the residents. And I felt it was counter to the spirit and intent of the existing policy. The second approach where the board would vote on a case-by-case basis, so there was no consistent criteria. So it would be just based on the mood of whatever board was sitting at that time, whether they wanted to adopt a memorial or not. And it was counter to the spirit and intent of the existing policy. The third one was prohibit any type of new memorials, renaming of any parks or erecting anything for individuals, pets, events, whatever. I said it does not compromise the board's authority. It's consistent with our governance where the board develops policy. It is consistent with the spirit and intent of the existing policy. And it reaches closure. This would be the policy until somebody decided to change the policy. The downside was it closes the door on any type of memorials. There may be a change of heart later on where some outstanding individual may want to be memorialized, but this just poo-poos that concept. So my recommendation was effective immediately upon approval of the board. Common areas of heritage pines with that no further memorials erected. Not common areas named, commemorated in individual groups of individuals or individual pets or events except for the following two programs. I did say gazebo park, circle of friends. Now, I had second thoughts after I put this up. Would that restrict the Veterans Park, the Veterans Walkway, and bricks being put in the Veterans Walkway if I said circle of friends? No? So take the parentheses out. And the Heritage Pines Association Tree Memorial Program. Those two would be grandfathered. Those would be the only two vehicles in which you can commemorate a person, an event, or a pet.
Thanks, Bob. We have a motion set up there. I said somebody can make a motion. You make a motion, Bob?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Discussion?
Where does this leave the,
It's not all brought up, Bill.
Where does this leave the Veterans Walk?
As part of
That's
the,
planned.
as part of the.
That's a plan.
Yeah,
it's grandfathered?
yeah, no. I agree with Bob number three.
This says no further memorials. So everything that's been adopted and blessed and approved by the board before is grandfathered. And the agreement that was made last month to put up a sign, the Veterans Walkway, that still stands.
Oh, the sign still goes up?
Yeah, we're still getting made.
Yeah, this just says effective immediately upon approval by the board.
Yeah,
So it's not, it doesn't impact anything that was inside the last month.
right, and management's board. I'm just.
Do we have any resident comment?
Don't get on my list.
I know, but you're already.
You've already run out of your options here.
No, I have to form this in the way of a statement.
That's correct.
There are trees that have been purchased in Gazebo Park, so it isn't just bricks, right? Can trees still be purchased in a
No,
person's
just
name?
bricks.
No more trees in Gazebo Park.
No, it's out of control anyway.
Okay.
Any further resident comment? Those residents are allowed. Okay, unless there's any further board questions or comments, all in favor signify by saying aye. That was unanimous, was that not? Okay.
I want to be crystal clear to the residents and to the board. I wholeheartedly support Val's committee. I have no problem with the committee. I just hate to see the board have another committee. But I have no problem with
Okay.
having the information.
Okay. We've got one. We've got one.
And I'd like them to meet tomorrow so we can buy the computers on Friday. I'm not gonna buy them, like, no, okay, just. Don't buy two. Yeah, just.
Okay.
No, I know the computers were approved, but I haven't bought them because I understood Val wanted to do this committee.
Have you looked at the computer room?
Oh, we did?
Yeah, there's the computer
Never
room.
mind. Larry reminded me already bought them. My intention was to have.
I would like to have that committee evaluate the keyboards, though, they're kind of.
That'll be the first thing I'm gonna send to them.
Okay, moving right along. We're going to interject a mission that was my omission that was requested twice by Janice, so I will allow her to make her motion.
Thank you. I love to be allowed. We have had a resignation on the Reserve Control Committee of Don Goldberg has resigned from the committee, and we have received approval from Bob Elkison to serve on the committee for the remainder of this timing. So that I would like to make a motion to approve Bob Elkison as a member of the Reserve Control Committee.
Board discussion? President comment? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Okay, one more item. Approve appointment of board member Robert First as liaison to the nominations election committee. I would make a motion that, make the motion,
I would just like to make.
second, yeah, I'm sorry.
Kathy.
Okay,
I would just like to make a comment that I really think Bob has taken on the biggest part of the shovel here, and with Bill. I mean, I started a list of all the things that he's doing, and I don't think it's fair for Bob to have to take on this committee again.
You volunteer?
Well, that's my point. I think it's having to, he's been doing a lot of work for this board, and we have a board of more members than one, and I think we ought to utilize other members to fill his shoes.
Any further board comment? Any resident comment?
There's only 3 people that are not running, or there's 4 people going off the
No,
board.
there's only 3 that could be eligible.
Right,
Yeah.
that was my point.
Anybody's eligible, whether it's a good idea to do that.
Well, I just made a comment.
Okay, that's fine. Well,
But it's not that I don't, this is not a faith issue, this is just a work issue.
he volunteered. Again, any further comment? Resident or board? All in favor, signify by raising the right hand. Anyone opposed? What? You're opposed?
I'm raising my hand before you ask, say, let's get this thing moving. I gotta get.
I will imagine I have no objection to the next item on the agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
No,